Welcome to Band Therapy. I'm Matthew Tozzi. This is Grayson Thomas, and we're in a band together called Deepest Cuts.
To pest.
Kumquat. How are you guys doing?
How are us doing? I'm just one man. I'm very lonely. And I found out 2 days ago that I was circumcised, so I was very sad about that.
It's like your tragic, superhero backstory of,
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, today, we are just enjoying the sheer fact that we have lasted 13 episodes. Who thought we would have done this, you know what I'm saying? So today we're just going to honor that, and we're going to celebrate it, and this will be a special, I guess, because have we made it past 1 hour of content?
We haven't. I think our
yeah.
I think our longest was 43 minutes, I think.
43 minutes. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. But it's also
I literally have no idea what to talk about, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, okay. Can I just tell you what I witnessed?
Yeah.
Okay, so my brother and I, we're going out to put gas in my car, right? And so we get gas, we come back, right? Guess what this guy, I'm stopped at a light, Light turns green, There's a Pontiac behind me, and you know how those people are, right? So, brother, when you're filling it, brother. So, light turns green. I'm there for a second, less than a second, and the guy or woman, we don't discriminate here at Band Therapy, and the guy just honks, And then, of course, I go, and he very GTA style swerves to left lane and then in front of me. Guess what happens? So this is right here is another street, that's coming onto this street, Now, a cop or a state trooper, I didn't see what it was, it's dark, but
State Drooper.
Yeah, State Dripper. But basically, he comes flying like that. Guess what this cop car does?
What?
It goes, Skrrr, and then swerves. This is the most street justice I've ever witnessed in my whole entire life. It was crazy. When you're where are the cops right now? That's what it was. Yeah. But it was it was incredible, and then it turns into the street where Bob's house is, and then I guess they stopped in front of their house, maybe, because the only reason why I say that is because the house that they stopped at was a house with a whole bunch of Trump flags. So I'm just guessing that that's his house, because you know how Trump supporters are. You know how...
Oh, you mean on Apple Grove, right by the neighborhood that you're at? All of the pedophiles are
I don't know
street house now that I said that.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't know street names, and you probably shouldn't.
Is it that house that's kind of it has that?
It's the first one that on. It's the first one on the right.
It has a porch that has "No More Bullshit" flag on it. Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Baby. I had to support. Oh
hell yeah,
bud. Yay. Can we get back to your foreskin story?
So I am turning 17 in about 5 months, all right?
Yeah.
I've been on this earth forever. No one's been on this earth longer than I have. And 3 days ago, I found out just then that when I was a day old, I was circumcised. And don't know how to feel about it, because the thing is that I always had because I think I found out about the whole idea of circumcision when I was like around like 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I always thought, oh, that's only for Jays and
Right.
for uber religious people. And when you get your dick cut off, it just, your dick is basically just all smooth and you can't feel anything. And, everyone who's circumcised has a terrible life. And, I've been looking at dicks forever, all right?
Yeah, as a gay man. Sweating like a gay man.
I have been looking at dicks for a very, very long time. And every time I saw a circumcised dick, I just felt an overwhelming sense of pity of like, well, at least I'm not circumcised. This guy must have a terrible life, Yeah. He probably can't even feel anything. He has to use special things in order to get off.
Right.
Never
Segregated
occurred to me.
bathrooms. Right.
Yeah. What? What's that have to do with anything?
No, just imagine if there were segregated bathrooms for circumcised and uncircumcised guys.
Segregated glory holes.
Oh, dude, we didn't even get into that. Imagine I don't even know, dude, but I just want to say, like, segregated glory holes. I think that's where the economy is headed. After this whole corona thing, economy's down, right? Trump, he's not a good guy. We need to get that economy and up, right? So segregated glory holes is where the money is at right now.
You'll have to explain that later, because I'm not following how that'll help the economy. But anyway,
I mean,
I'd always look at circumcised penises as, I'm so glad I'm not circumcised, because that just might be a terrible life. Now, about a year ago, I had some suspicions, because there's always been this line that goes around my dick, all right? And, I'm able to pull my foreskin over my tip if I try, but, like, it's not naturally like that. And, like, Monday night, my mom, who is a fan of, like, graphic ER shows, was talking about this one episode of a guy who dropped a 60-pound tool shed toolbox on his dick and balls. And on these ER shows, they show everything. And she was like, yeah, and, he pulled his dick out. And, it was uncircumcised. So, it just looked weird. And, it kind of dawned on me because she said it so naturally.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second, you think that's weird? Because I thought circumcision was like some rare thing that only like religious whack jobs do. And she was so natural about it. She was just like, yeah, I mean, it just looks weird. I don't know why anyone wouldn't circumcise their sons' penises. And, after she left the room, when she went to bed, I asked my dad, I was like, hey, is my dick cut off? And he's like, oh yeah. Like, no hesitation, just so calm about it. My dad. It's just,
yeah, your dad's the coolest.
It was just, yeah, you're circumcised. And I was like, well, because I knew that sometimes, well, I thought, they cut off the little line that goes below your cock, and I was like, oh no, am I ever going to benefit from a glory hole if I can't feel anything under there? And he's like, oh no, they just cut the skin off. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, oh yeah, it's just that. And I was like, are you circumcised? And he's like, oh yeah, yeah. And it all settled in rage, hatred, mourning. I literally,
Loss.
it felt like
Just a
when
general sense of
I
loss.
felt the same feelings I felt when my grandpa died. I felt when I found out that my dick was mutilated.
Yeah.
And it all started to make sense to me because, it takes me several years to come.
Mother of mine.
And I was like, I asked you about it, about, on average, how long does it take you to jack off to completion? And you said like on average, like 8 minutes. You said.
Yeah, but I can get there probably if I'm really going for it. I'm in the right headspace. I don't feel weird, and I go real fast. I can go 2 minutes maybe.
I think the fastest I've ever done it was 15 minutes. And then, like, on average, it takes me about an hour.
See, I think you're
sometimes,
I don't...
Sometimes I shut the fuck up, let the man speak. Sometimes I don't even come because I get so tired. I'm like, fuck this. And that's one of the worst feelings you could ever feel of, like, I cannot go any longer trying to jack off or else I'm going to have a heart attack, and you just give up. And there's just such a overwhelming, like, like the post nut clarity where you hate yourself and you want to kill yourself. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so much heightened and so much worse when you realize that you just wasted 2 hours of your life for nothing. Trying to J or D and things like that. So yeah, that was pretty devastating. And so yeah, if anyone wants to hit me up, my dick is my dick looks like a beaten puppy.
See, I just think I'm not too sure what I think. I think your peckerwood is just, like a freak of nature, because not like even circumcised guys, like, it doesn't take that long. Like, maybe you're like a Josh Potter type, but
well, I am able to ejaculate on my own, and I'm still very much a virgin. So every time I've ever nutted, it's been alone.
Yeah.
No lights, no music.
Just anger.
Just anger. Just furiously jacking off.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because my mom didn't even do it for religious reasons. She just did it because ew.
I think
why would anyone want to have an uncut dick? It just looks weird. So I looked it up. I looked up the statistics.
I don't think it looks weird, dude.
I don't think it looks weird either. I think it's
just, dude, it's natural.
Fine.
It's natural, and you get more sense for like
plus,
more feeling.
She thinks that every dick that's uncut has phimosis. She thinks every uncut cock just
got to clean it, dude.
Like, she thinks that they all just have foreskin over it, and it just looks like a freaking corn dog. Like, she hasn't. I don't think she realizes that like most uncut dicks are just kind of have foreskin like on half of the dick. Like, she's thinking that if you don't have your dick circumcised, that like your foreskin's just gonna like hang off an access like across your tip, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I love
And
your mom,
so,
but you know, this is weird, you know.
Yeah.
So
So yeah. When I found out about that later that night, it took me
years.
More years. It took me
wow.
a millennium to come, because I couldn't stop thinking
Several
about
centuries
how
to come.
several epics, I think I started around when the dinosaurs were blown up by that asteroid, and I finished around 9/11. So it took me a long time. So
that's a whole.
I looked up the statistics, and I was like, it can't be that like circumcision is that popular anymore. And I found out that the Midwestern United States is one of the circumcision capitals of the world. All right.
Yeah.
Especially in Michigan, but Ohio is like second or third on that list. We're just like they had like a map of like cold to hot,
Yeah.
those hot circumcised cocks, and Ohio was just in the bright red. All right,
Like it is on the political map.
So yeah, that's about it. So I'm just a sad boy.
Sad boy, rad boy.
Sad boy, rad boy.
Okay, so can I also tell you something? Yesterday I actually got my first haircut in 2.5 years. Yeah, it was just like a clean up the ends, huh?
Yeah, I can tell.
And like they really didn't take off much, but the woman was like, "Oh, look at all this beautiful hair," and made me feel good inside, And then she made my hair look all beautiful, and I am just a pretty princess,
I'm so fortunate that my barber for the past couple of years is just like an old crazy Pittsburghese woman, because like before that I would just go to I went to this barber, like it was like Scott Taylor or something like that, and like my mom used to go there all the time, but it was like kind of expensive. But all of like the barbers were like in their 20s, and they were all whores. And so like they I remember back in 3rd grade when I was about the size of a elephant seal, that like I'd show up there and I'd get like a buzz cut, and they'd be like, "You're just so handsome."
You also got buzz cuts?
Yeah, and they would just like hit on me, and they were just like, "Oh, you're just gonna look so handsome," and and I'm so glad that like, because like the barber I go to now is like a longtime friend of my grandmother's, and we drive 45.
You're so lucky to have that, because it's like, how awkward the conversation was. I sat down, she started cutting, and then she was like, "So what do you play in the band? Do you play drums?" And then I was like, "No, I record everything. I could play every instrument, blah 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 blah." Basic, just jacking off into the faces of everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I then I had to go in and I had to explain to her my different side projects that I have, and how I have 6 different bands on all streaming services, and then it then went into, so I have
You're such a good salesman.
I know.
You get every point to just be like, follow Fail Union, follow Deepest Cuts, follow Corrupt Carnage on iTunes, Bandcamp, Spotify, Oh, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Katie's.
Just go up to random people. Caden. Oh, yeah, Katie's.
Katie's, Failure to Control, which is... But, actually, all of my bands are kind of except for Deepest Cuts.
Failure to control what happens to my foreskin. Can I get a hell yeah?
Whoop whoop. But
Woo.
I was like, Fatal Union is thrash. It's kind of like crossover thrash, except take the balls out of crossover thrash, and that's Fatal Union.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to explain to her. I was like, imagine. Do you know Metallica? Do you know their earlier stuff? How it's faster and more heavier? And she was like, I kind of know. And then I had to be like, take that mixed with punk, and then you basically got that genre of crossover thrash. And then for Deepest Cuts, do you know Mr. Bungle? And then she's like, no, I don't. And then I had to explain to her, like, we mix genres, where we extend genre. We cross all boundaries, we're like the Beatles,
We're exactly like the Beatles.
We're better than the Beatles, okay?
We're better than the Beatles.
We are way better than the Beatles, okay?
We're way better than the Beatles.
And so, I just had to say, right? I had to tell her, do you know Faith No More? And then she's like, no. And I'm like, you grew up in the 90s, right? You were alive in the 90s. She's like, yes, I was. And I was like, do you know the song that's like, you want it all, but you can't have it. And then the verse goes like, and then like, everyone knows that song, okay? And I had to explain to her, it's Mike Patton. That's the singer of that band. The first band that got him into that band. But then, because of the success of the band that he was in to get into that other the band to get into the other band was the band of the band.
You're basically a music historian. I mean, you're so good at explaining things to people.
I know that band of the band was then, to keep Mike Patton happy, and in Faith No More, got Mr. Bungle their own record deal, and then their self-titled came, Travolta. So I then had to explain to her about, what Mr. Bungle is, and she's like, I should check it out, because I was like, it's like ska mixed with techno, mixed with metal, mixed with carnival music, mixed with a whole bunch of other stuff. Porn sounds, it samples as well, so it's like, I guess you can say rap, I don't know. But I'm not too sure. And then I had to explain to her, I also rap, for Deepest Cuts as well. It's just kind of like a joke. All right.
Oh God.
We are so, like, our music is so complicated, and like nobody will ever understand the complexity of it. Like, we are. So you want to be a rock star and live large, Are you farting?
No, I popped something in my kneecap, and it feels really bad. Ow!
When you were farting, I mean, when you were talking earlier, I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I farted while you were talking.
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, I farted while you were talking, and I really hope when you're listening to this at, like, work or whatever, I really hope that you hear it. Because, I can't smell, Did we ever get into that on the podcast?
I don't think we. Well, maybe a little bit. I'm pretty sure we told the story about. Well, you said that, you know, whenever you're riding in the car and you pass like a farm and it all smells like horse shit that you can't smell it. And, like, people are like, oh, my God, that smells awful. And you're like, you can't. Like, it took me, I think, a full year to realize that you weren't joking and that you actually cannot smell at all.
You know, my brother, we had rats, excuse me. And, you know, we named one Schuldner after my idol Chuck Schuldner, and then we named one Raven after the cartoon that both Michael and I wanted to bang when we were 5 years old, from Teen Titans. All right.
Yeah.
And you know, we were changing the bedding, you know, and we put them in this like small, probably like this big of a maybe like that big of a box or something, or like a little plastic clear thing just to put them in. And we changed it in like maybe 10 minutes, and they just crapped everywhere. And, you know, my brother was like, hey, let me try and see if you're not joking about, you know, this whole entire time or whole entire life. Let's see if you're not joking about you aren't, you know, not being able to smell. So he puts the rat crap right in my face, and I could not smell it whatsoever. And is crap like, is that like the strongest scent?
I mean, in terms like ever, no. I mean, there's like, in terms of different like animal crap, like there's like slight differences, but like when you smell crap, you know it's crap. And if you, it's only, it smells really bad, but like it's not gonna like make you throw up. I mean, well, if you have like a weak stomach, it might do it if there's a lot of it. But honestly, I mean, it's compared to like, if you're talking about like the worst smells ever, I mean, poo is not that, it's not that bad.
Oh, well, I was led to believe that it was one of the strongest scents ever. But I mean, you know,
if you shove it in your face, I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck a lot.
I don't think many people can comprehend. I have no idea what it's like to smell. I cannot comprehend what it's like. It's like telling a blind person what the color blue looks like, you know?
Yeah.
And then people ask, like, can you taste and stuff? And to that I respond, I mean, yeah, but also, you know, I have never been able to smell, so I have no idea like what
a lot of things
complete taste is. Hold on. So like, I think I'm tasting at like 50% maybe, and then like, I don't know, not tasting completely, but I can tell stuff apart. I just don't know if it's different from everyone else.
Most things taste the way they smell. So if you could just imagine.
Yeah, but I can't comprehend that. Like I can't wrap my head around tasting out of my nose.
Just whatever you taste, just imagine that taste in your nose, and a lot of the time it's pretty much the same thing. It's the same sensation of just like,
but I want you to know.
I don't know if you ate shit, I don't think it would smell the same, but you could try, you know, especially with rat shit.
Have you ever done that?
No, because I am not inbred.
Poopery?
So what?
But do you like poopery?
Okay, my mom's birthday was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out that I was circumcised on my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday was a couple days ago, and the only, like, she bought, like, clothes for herself, and the only things that we got her was a cake, and the only present that she actually wanted was poopery for work. We have poopery upstairs somewhere, and she's the only one who uses it because I'm proud of the smelly shits that I take. But yeah, she's taken it to work, and she loves poopery. It just makes things smell like flowers.
Yep. You know, I had a train of thought, a dream theater, but you know, I just kind of lost it. You know, I was gonna say something.
Well, the thing about my barber, all right?
Yeah, we
Pittsburgh.
totally forgot to get into that. What's up?
So, my entire mom's side of the family lives in Pittsburgh, all right? And pretty much every year except for last year, obviously, like, we go to Pittsburgh and we see our family, and, you know, like, the only people out of my family that don't live in Pittsburgh is us, my uncle, and my other uncle who lives in Kentucky. But, like, other than that, everyone else lives in Pittsburgh, and I gotta say that, like, Pittsburghians are the coolest racists I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll never eat, like, everyone from Pennsylvania is severely KKK'd. Like, everyone in Pennsylvania
Really?
is so... Everyone in Pennsylvania lives in the 1800s, but they're so cool about it.
Do you mean suburbs? Because
I mean, I'm just talking about where I come from, man. Just my tribe.
But I'm also
like
well, actually, that's not tribe. Zulu Nation. But I mean, I'm just saying that I've been to, you know, Pennsylvania many times, especially, you know, because my uncle Andy lives there. But you know, I really haven't sensed any, I really haven't seen any racism,
You know, since
there. I totally screwed that up.
Since Canton is, like, only about an hour and a half away from the border of Pennsylvania, you know, like, I think that it's safe to say that a lot of us around here have relatives that live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And, like...
Well, I mean, my uncle Andy is actually from the family, my dad's side, which is from New York.
Yeah.
But he moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Close.
I mean, close enough. Yeah.
I know. I mean,
just
I'm
a little north, you know. But shut the fuck up, Bert.
It's close to Philadelphia. I think you've spoken more than I have this episode. So.
Pennsylvania is like the cooler Ohio, and I think all Ohio, at least as an Ohioan, like, Pennsylvania is everything Ohio tries to be, but just so much cooler, you know?
Especially with racism?
Especially with racism. Like, you know, like, my barber, you know, she's, like, in her 50s, and she does all this crazy stuff to her hair. She loves leopard print. She put leopard print, like, little indentations in her hair.
Actually,
and, you know,
if she looks...
she's, like, super boomer, all right? Because she, you know, she works as a barber, but her good old boy husband is, like, some sort of, like, contractor, and he sometimes shows up because, like, the whole barbershop is just a house that's been turned into a barbershop, and sometimes he comes to the barbershop, and, you know, he's, you know, sometimes I see he's got, you know, like, a Confederate flag hat and things like that, and he's, you know, he always has his work clothes on, and, you know, he's always talking about, he just seemed like, sometimes he talks about, like, what's going on with the neighbors, and sometimes he says stuff like, using names for the neighbors under his breath.
Yeah.
But the way he does it and the way that they go about living together is so much cooler than any racist couple in Ohio. Like Pittsburgh, I mean, most of my family, like, they're from, like, more, like on the outskirts of Pennsylvania, like, on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, like, more rural areas. So I can't speak for everyone, but I gotta say that racism couldn't be cooler in Pennsylvania.
That's cool.
By the way, so,
yeah.
Emo Chef.
I was about to say something. Hold on. Jeez. If any woman is out here who wants to cosplay as Dax from DS9, Star Trek. I mean, I was just thinking that because leopard print kind of made me think of that. I mean, just like hit me up is all I'm trying to say. Continue.
I thought you said if any woman out there who's racist wants to cosplay as a Pittsburghian,
No, Dax. Up. Dax from DS9. I mean,
well,
I don't get down with racists. Did I tell you that?
I do. I mean, I've been to Pittsburgh every single year for my entire life, like for most years of my life. I gotta say, racism is really cool. Go ahead.
I need to tell you something right quick. So we're closing out the night at the Exchange, right? And then, this one guy's like, hey, come, I love you too, Gray. Hey, come out and help me open up this case. And he's kind of, he's already talked because that specific case didn't require having me to put my key in it. So, he gets his shirt, okay, and then he's like, I love the Browns. And then he's like, he points to his wife and he's like, yeah, but you know how the wife is, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, yeah, I didn't even realize that, I hope your marriage is going well. And then, and then I walk around a little bit. I think I file away some stuff, right? And then I see him at the end of the gaming aisle. I think they're like looking at PS2 games or maybe PS3, something like that. And then he points at a Tiger Woods game. And then, I open up the case, whatever, and then he's like, hey, I'm going to check out that N-Word Woods video game. But he actually says the N-word. And I am shocked. And, like, he says it, like, a little quietly, but he's like, oh, that's just what I call them. And then and then I'm like, yeah. And I put the key back. I should have said something, but I didn't want to die in that moment. You know how Southerners are, with their guns, their pieces, But I just like...
He sounds like he showed up to the Capitol last week.
Dude, I was thinking about it. I'm like, that guy was 100% there, okay? 100%. I was like, I couldn't...
100%.
Yeah, I could not believe that just happened in front of me. So, whenever closing out the night, I'm mopping, right? I tell my coworker Dakota that, and he's like, dude, that is not all right. And I'm like, yeah, duh. And then he's like, just tell one of us, or just like tell him you can't say that in here. And then I don't know if they're gonna ban him or something, or like just kind of like, I don't know. But screw that guy, okay? And screw all the racists out there.
Yeah.
We have a 13th Amendment, a 14th Amendment, and a 15th Amendment for my brown and black brothers out there.
Yeah.
Zulu Nation, hop on my Zulu tip. All these ladies, you know what I'm saying? So, what I'm trying to say here is that all men are equal. Notice how I say men, though.
Yeah, okay. Women can go fuck themselves.
Exactly. And, I could
I feel
quote How High There with Meth and Redman, but just don't feel like it. Go!
So, first of all, this is going to sound really good.
And I did not mean I'm going to quote the N-word when I said that. I know how that just like sounded like right there. You're eating nerds like a Pharrell Williams. God, I hate your chewing so much. Gray, I love you. I love you to death, okay? But I absolutely hate your chewing. And whenever, like, I'm pretty sure I am autistic, but it's just, like, I have auditory, whenever I hear specific sounds, I just want to murder people, okay? Or things. Even when my dog is licking, I have intense rage, okay? And then I, like, stop her, right? And then she keeps going on, and I'm like, Bellic, I will murder you. Even though I love you very much, I will murder you. But,
So, Emo Chef...
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Talked to me yesterday, and he said that he's getting a new tattoo. He's got tattoos all over his body. Just like random. There's not like a specific order to them or anything
Wu-Tang?
like that.
Well, yeah. Tell us what kind of tats does he have?
He's got just emo boy stuff. He's got like an upside down cross on his shoulder, and he's got
who?
just like he's got like like that like classic like play like with like the two masks and one's happy and one's sad.
Oh yeah,
that one.
I have cufflinks of that actually. That used to be my grandpa's, and they're super cool. But I mean, I think they're kind of, shall I say, gay, as a tattoo. Mm-hmm. Continue, my gay friend. My lovely and gay friend, who I'm best friends with, and if he were to say, "Put it up my butt," I'd be like, I really don't want to do this, but if I have to, I will put it up your butt.
All right.
Okay, Drew.
So, I took the screenshot because it looked like he was nutting.
Yeah. I got that.
Dr. Drew fucks bitches like crazy.
Yeah, like crazy.
He is getting a tattoo. Emo Chef is legitimately this weekend getting a tattoo
of Inner City Blacks
his chest. Across his chest.
I really hope we get a drop of Inner City Blacks. I love that. Oh.
He's getting a tattoo across his chest of the word daddy.
What? Wait, is he gay?
No.
Why?
He has an OnlyFans.
Wait, I forgot about this fact.
Hits up prostitutes. He's legitimately getting a tattoo across his chest that says daddy.
Well, first of all, can we plug him on the podcast?
No.
Please. I want to follow him. I want every single one of our one listener to check out his OnlyFans and follow him.
I don't know what his OnlyFans is.
Why shouldn't you know what his OnlyFans is? If you're close enough with your coworker, I think you should be able to see what his whole entire body looks like. There was never a point
where I thought to ask, hey, could you send me a link to your OnlyFans?
I mean, why not? Isn't that the answer? If you want equality, OnlyFans is the way to go, okay?
First of all, he's 11 years older than me.
He's 11 years old?
Second of all, he's 11 years older than me.
And he has an OnlyFans account. Man, the guy's making it, okay? If you're 11 years old and you have an OnlyFans account, you're straight making dough. You're conquering life.
If only Jeffrey Epstein wouldn't have killed himself before the creation of OnlyFans, you know?
Oh my
he would
God.
have had such a good time with them, you know?
I know. I feel like he would be the most entertaining person for sure. You know, I also think that Bill Cosby would have been fun to see, you know. Come eat this pudding pop with the sleeping pills and my pudding pop going right inside your chocolate.
Show me what your pudding pop gonna do on OnlyFans.
Show me what you're working with. You like that, don't you?
right as you put your hands like this, it like your screen completely froze on me, and so I only saw you like screaming for a half a second. It was really funny.
Oh really? Okay. Well, I just said show me. Actually, you can watch it on your own time.
Yeah.
Anyway, but can I tell? Were you done with your story?
Oh my God, that clipped so badly.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. How do you like talk quietly, like so much, and then you just manage to clip so frequently?
Yeah, I know. It's astounding.
Were you done with your story though?
What with what?
I don't remember. Oh, you were on about Emo Chef.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
He's getting a tattoo that says Daddy on it, and he was showing me he's showing me other parts of like tattoos he's got, and you know, I can't remember what they are, but
maybe if you join his OnlyFans, then you would actually learn. You know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I should probably join his OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, just do that. It's smart. It's the right thing to do. Okay. I want to tell you another thing from just working at the exchange. Okay.
Yeah.
I was helping out someone in the switch section, which is located right next to the door. Correct. He was Wait, did I already tell you about the guy with the receipt?
No.
In the exchange, because I feel like I'm about to tell a story I've already told you, but I feel like I haven't. All right, so the guy opens the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was "Papa, don't hit me no more." But he comes in, right? Comes in the door, all right, and I'm right there, and then he's an old white guy, and, you know, he looks very suspicious, okay? Now, the guy just comes up to me, you know, sees that I'm an employee, and then says, or maybe he didn't see that I was an employee, but, you know, he just comes up to me, and he says, "You want to make $30? And then I don't know if this guy is, like, trying to have me solicit sex to him or something. I have no idea. But he's holding a receipt, and he's like, you know, I'm going to trade, like, I don't know if he's trying to trade in something or he's like trying to like trade off his receipt with another person. I have no idea what he's trying to do. So I just told him, you know, screw off. I didn't tell him to screw off, obviously, but I just said, you know, I pointed to the counter. I was like, those guys will help you back there. And then, you know.
Now, did any of the other guys take his $30?
So that's not what he did. Instead, the two customers that I was helping out, actually, not the woman, because, you know, women are actually smart, but the guy was like, he got out his wallet, and he's like, dude, I'll make it right now. Like, and then then they started bartering over the money that this guy is going to take. For what? I have no idea. But this guy is like, can we make that 50? And then the guy's like, I can do 45. And then, you know, and then he's like, man, I'm going to go to the counter and the register, and we are about to make this deal for $45. I have no idea what they're doing, okay? He goes to the counter, and I just kind of, like, go on my merry way. But, like, what were they, like, It's one of the strangest things I have ever witnessed.
I think that guy was the guy who took us behind the stage at the Metallica concert.
I think it was too. He actually looked kind of similar. He wasn't as like tall. I think he was about as tall as me, or maybe a little, just a smidge taller than me. But I mean, I don't like. He kind of looked like the guy with the cane who was tapping people on their foot at the Metallica concert. Or a tribute concert, the Four Horsemen. I actually had a guy come in who was like, "Oh yeah, that's my." I think he said it was his brother, who was the lead, not the lead guitarist, but the rhythm guitarist for that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy who was like the douchebag of all of those guys. Yeah, screw that guy. Okay.
What, the lead singer?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I know you like that guy for a certain reason, but that we won't get into.
No.
But he blew you backstage is basically what I'm trying to say here. Anyway,
how did you know?
I knew what you were going to the bathroom for. I also want to. Can I?
Dude, do you I don't know if you remember the bathroom, but I do remember clearly when Todd almost raped me.
There was a hole. There was a straight hole.
Well, no. There was the bottom, the divider between the two bathrooms, like the bottom. Literally, there was like a 2-inch gap that went across the entire floor. That it just went into the other room. Like, if you wanted to use that as a glory hole, you would have to, like, lay down on your side, shove your crooked dick through that 2-inch gap, and then have, like, the lead singer step on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's how ideal, and that's what happened to you. So, I mean, like, you know, don't judge what you've done before.
I'm not trying to like rat anyone out, but I definitely.
What are you, a rat?
That guy. Are you some kind of Korea?
Oh my god! You know, I should probably link Beelzebub in.
You should,
but you know, I'll see if I remember. Can I tell you something? Another story, actually. I've really been holding back some stories for you just so I can kind of, you know, explode, you know, a lot of these stories onto you and on your face and on your cheeks, some in your eyes, you know, and then they'll become all bloodshot, and then you know, like a,
you know,
like
maybe if I come in your nose, you might be able to smell again.
You know, I've never thought about that. It's like you're giving life into into the receptors into my nose. I've never thought about that. I am. You know, it's
we should try it sometime. You know, we should come on each other's faces.
You know, there's a YMH clip of this one woman who eats jizz or drinks jizz, and then she's like, you know, they don't show it obviously, but she's like, you know, semen has a lot of health benefits, you know, and I think to my well-being, maybe if I snort jizz, I might be able to smell. Thank you, Obama 2024.
What? Jesus fuck.
Okay, so basically, in the middle of the night, right? I think, actually, I don't know what led up to this, but I wake up. I think I fell asleep, probably with MF Doom on. Honestly, I take my earbuds out, you know, because I wake up a lot of the times during the night. It's hard for me to get a straight, solid sleep in, and you know, I'm like, okay, well, I guess food is done or whatever I was listening to, and then I take my earbuds out. I try to go to sleep. I am straight awake. I also just awoke from a dream that I was helping someone out at the exchange. What is... Please take that off the screen. That's not okay. But basically, I think I was helping someone at the exchange in my
This
dream.
guy is the remember the 100 layers of cum challenge?
No, I don't. Is that a man? Because
Trisha Paytas. She took, remember like the 100 layers challenge with like makeup and stuff.
no,
Well, she did one with 100 layers of cum on her face.
That straight up looks like a man. That looks like a ghoul from Fallout. Okay, a feral ghoul, in fact. But you know, I wake up at 3 from a dream, and I am completely awake. Like, I am so very completely awake. And then, you know,
Hello,
basically what happens,
Tozzi.
I know that there's a
Hello?
connection lost.
You're frozen.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I want to hear our audio sync up because we're probably talking a whole lot. So basically, you know, I am wide awake, okay? And so I'm like, I guess, you know, I look at my phone a little bit. I scroll through Reddit. Good, you got Dr. Drew back. I was having a hard time looking at that. And basically, you know, how did she procure the cum? Okay, first of all is what I'm asking, because nobody comes buckets 100 times.
I don't know. I think she got like little like samples, you know, like little, you know, like the little sterile cups you get like at like doctors when you have to piss in cups. Except like she got like guys.
Do you
to
mean
come
she
at.
just?
I think that's.
Was she like, I want to have 100 babies, just give me 100 cups of
I don't think that's
semen.
how that works.
Oh no, that's
I don't think
100%.
That's how that works. No,
That's 100% how you want to have that. You know, you like, if she has 100 eggs, like 100 little sperms can get into those 100 cells, and then you just like kind of
You know,
barf out 100 babies out of your vagina.
you know, like there's
And
like
there'll be like
millions
little,
upon-
like in the Army of Darkness, there'll be like a little size ashes just coming out of your vagina. Go ahead.
You know there's like millions upon millions of sperm just in like little tiny like portion
Yes.
of cum, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't know that? Okay. Can I get to my story? I was just...
yeah.
All right, thank you, Bucko. So basically, you know, I'm wide awake. I've scrolled through Reddit, and I'm like, I guess I gotta go to sleep now. It's 3 a.m. at this point, okay, and I try to go back to sleep, and then I see white light just like surrounding my closed eyes, and it gets brighter. It goes from blackness to slowly or kind of quickly, like maybe like that pace, okay, going from black to white until it's blinding. And then I wake up, nothing is there, okay, and then I close my eyes again. It happens again, but I see an orb, a very small but like bright orb, go from the middle of my room over across to where those windows are in my room, and then there's like the annoying neighbors with the trash that are never quiet with that and slam the trash when I'm trying to go to sleep, or when I am asleep and they wake me up. And guess what? It's the weekend, and I know it's like 9 or whatever, but that's just ridiculous. Have some respect, okay? I want to get up at 11, okay? Or get up at 6. Try to go to sleep again, but I can't. So I just watch a bunch of, podcasts or do something random, okay? But I want to have my peace and quiet, okay? And those little Hitlers, okay, they're just dictating when I can and can't sleep. I will murder them, okay? I'm just kidding, and I say I won't. But anyway, basically,
I was really concerned for a second that you were actually gonna murder them.
No, I have to do the John Mulaney thing that I have to say I wouldn't murder anyone. So basically, getting back to my story, it then goes out the wall and then it disappears. So I'm freaking out right now, and I try to close my eyes and try not to think about it. Like, ghosts aren't real. When in my mind, I'm like, dude, that just literally happened. So I go on my phone on Reddit in what have yous, and I, probably for an hour and a half, until I can finally have I finally have the confidence and the balls to go back to sleep. And then I wake up all weirded out. I that was a school day, so it just wasn't cool. It was so not lit.
Yeah.
Isn't that freaky though? Like, I know my eyes might have been playing tricks on me, but I swear to you, I was wide awake. So like, I have no idea what that was.
If you remember the one time that you were in my bedroom, my closet in the corner, my bed is exactly diagonal to my closet in the corner. And so my grandfather's birthday was January 5th. And every year since he's died, I've had either a dream on his birthday about him, or I've had a just like a weird
encounter
feeling. Yeah. But like this year, it was just like it felt like there was something. It just felt like there was just like this pressure.
Yeah.
Around my closet, Yeah. It felt awful. And but yeah, like the first year after he died, on his birthday, I had a dream about him where it was just like a picture of him, but like the colors were all red, like blood, things like that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I've been starting to, cause my mom like a couple months ago told me about a story about like her parents going to a seance, and
welcome to the house of seance.
Spooky
Testament?
seance.
Yeah.
And that freaked me out. And ever since then, I've been just having like weird feelings around the house, because my mom, I don't know if I told this story, but like at our old house where my grandpa died, like when I was like 4 and we were living there, I was asleep and my mom was up watching TV. It was like, I don't know, like 8:30 at night, and it was like raining outside and things like that. And our old house, there's like, she was in the living room, and then there's the front door, and then right in front of it, like walking into the room, like if you keep going, there's a hallway entrance, kind of like your house, but like it's just like straight on.
Yeah.
And the couch was like right as you walk in, like it's like facing the window, like looking out. So my mom was watching TV and she turns over like this, all right? And the hallway is like on this side. But my hand is disappearing.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna look weird because stuff disappears into my MF Doom background.
Yeah, it is. And I'm in my basement right now, so And well, actually, she looks at the front door, and we had these little window panes that were in the front door that reflected off, so you could see into the black void of the hallway. And she looked looked over while she was watching TV. She looked into the window panes, and she saw this old man looking over in the hall, like he was standing in the hallway entrance, and he was looking over at my mom. But she saw that in the reflection, and my mom, looks and immediately flicks her head over to the hallway entrance, and no one was there.
I don't trust like that.
But she wasn't like, it didn't like fully set in with her yet that like it was not real, but like she thought someone had broken into the house, and so she was like, she started, which I don't know how she had the balls to do. She started searching the house and went into the basement trying to find someone.
Dude, that's so scary.
I'm like, my mom is the blonde white woman in every horror movie who is like, I'm just going to go check things out. No.
I know.
You get the fuck out of there if you see shit like that.
That's why I love black people. It's because they know what they do. They know their priorities.
That is very, very true. Yeah, don't fuck with things like that. Plus, I was like, so we were talking about that, and I had heard this. I've heard this story before, but she kind of explained it more in detail like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so glad that we don't live in a house that's haunted, because like honestly, I haven't really had any weird experiences like that here, living here. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, there's a ghost who lives here. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, there was one time, and the thing is that I heard the story as well one time, but I thought she was talking about her old house. But apparently this happened here, and she was talking about how she was in bed, all right, and she felt like pressure of like someone grabbing her leg, all right, and she thought it was my dad, all right. And so she started going, Scott, and my dad was asleep, like just dead asleep, and he was like on his side, not even facing her. Mm-hmm. And she kind of like, but it felt like someone was like grabbing her leg, and she had experiences like this before, and she said that so she knows kind of how to deal with stuff like this, and she was like, whoever you are, like, you can stay, but just don't mess.
You do the Ryan Sickler thing. You do Ryan Sickler and you say, get out. You don't, you do the Ryan Sickler. You don't say you can stay in here. That's giving them permission, dude. Your mom is seriously is a dumb blonde woman. American dumb blonde woman.
Well, she's not blonde, but I feel like inside of her,
I feel like she was born blonde. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
I mean, so she said that you can stay, just don't, as long as you don't mess with my kids or mess with us. And here here I am in my basement, and you see the dark void behind me, and I'm talking about this stuff. So look, so far we haven't any problems, and I think it's fine that if there is a ghost here, if they just, as long as they don't mess with us, then I think it's who cares? They can stay. I don't care.
Yeah, I absolutely, actually, I didn't get to see my grandma, mommer, but,
Did you just fart?
Yeah, did that pick up finally?
Yeah.
Awesome. I've been farting throughout this whole entire thing. Hopefully I'll try and find the places where I farted so I can hike up the levels, but I don't know. I think I've farted like 4 times now. Maybe 5. But where was? Oh yeah. But I haven't been able to. She died August of when I was the year I was born, and I was born in June. So, I didn't get to know her, right? But I did get to know my grandpa Bop for a very long time. And, we're currently in his house. Okay, we're at Bop's house. That is now my brother's. Okay. in the room where Bob used to spend most of his time, and he used to sleep there. All right. Michael had a painting that he had done that was kind of like, it looks all like Indian. I shouldn't have said Indian, actually. It looked Native American. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was just thinking of
White
a motorcycle.
Naturalist.
I was just thinking of a motorcycle company. I was just thinking of, the Cleveland Indians. I was just thinking of, cry for the Indians. Cry, cry. Yeah, for the Indians. Anthrax. What a good band. Probably the best out of the big four. So basically, that painting was hanging above where he used to sleep on his bed, okay? And that thing has multiple times just swung, okay? No reason. It's the creepiest thing. And then Michael and I experienced some stuff in this house, and it's crazy. And the fact that it's probably them, does not make me feel any better about the situation, because demons take the forms of certain things, and that this is creeping me out just talking about it. And then, if you invite them in, you're screwing it up. So basically, we just do the Ryan Stickler get out, and then, hopefully we can. Even though, dude, I want to not believe in this stuff. I don't believe.
Me too.
I don't believe in Satan or God, but I do believe in spirits. It's just, I don't know why I believe in it. I feel like it's stupid to believe in it, but at the same time, there's just a feeling, and it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
same.
also I've experienced some weird stuff. I have no idea, but
yeah, imagine how I feel right now. I keep looking. You've been in my basement many times.
Yeah.
You know how far back that corner goes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crowded with stuff.
Yeah.
At the moment.
So.
But I mean, you've been in my basement. You felt
that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that corner that has the water pressure system thing, that old pipe thing. I don't know what it is, but that corner just gives off weird vibes.
Yeah. Okay. There's a painting, or I mean, a photo of someone's cousin. I think it was Mommer's cousin, aka my mom's mom. That's on my mom's side, my grandma. And at least I think that's who that was. I forget the complete story. But she had her photo taken, and, I forget what she died of, but there is an old rumor in my family that she burnt in a fire. So, but there's a really creepy, photo framed, and it's a kind of a large photo of her in my basement, and I feel like that's the spirit I saw. I feel like that's the energy in the corner, and that photo's in the basement, so I don't know. It's probably not it. I've been recording. Was that a fart?
No.
Sad.
That was my chair.
But I've been recording before. I think it was when I was recording Chuck's last song by Deepest Cuts off of the little Crimbus in Norway EP. I felt like I felt Chuck's spirit, and then I was just kind of I was aw, but I was also all lovey-dovey. I love you, Chuck. You're my idol. I seriously, sincerely felt that. And I felt like I did him justice. And I feel like you should go the vocals were bad, but I feel like the guitar work really brought Chuck to justice. You know, rest in peace, Chuck Schuldiner. Rest in peace, MF Doom. Rest in peace, the other people that I'm forgetting to say rest in peace to. Sean Reiner, I guess. Other people. You know, I forget who just died. I'm not too sure. I think King Crimson's drummer died, or like no, I think it was the first singer. I forget.
Maybe. Yeah, definitely Bill Bruford is still alive.
Yeah, but you know what band just died?
What?
Ultraviolence. That's right. Ultraviolence just released. You know, I've talked to you about Ultraviolence before, right?
Mm-hmm. You've sent me texts about how disappointed you are in them.
Yeah. So, one of my favorite bands, new age thrash bands, just like one of my favorite bands of all time, Ultraviolence, with their first 3 albums and their EP, I fell in love with them. It's some really good Italian thrash, and new age thrash, and it's some of the sickest stuff you'll ever hear. Okay, just the riffs are amazing, and everything. I even bought merch. I have. I think I bought it's still on its way, because of Corona, and it's coming all the way from Italy. I think I bought merch like 2 or 3 months ago. But, I think it was an Operation Misdirection t-shirt, and I think I got Privilege to Overcome on CD, or maybe it was all 3 of their albums. But, Deflect the Flow, Operation Misdirection, and Privilege to Overcome. But basically, I woke up one day, got in the shower, getting ready for school, right? I'm sitting on my bed with a towel around me, just kind of drawing off and trying to see what's on my phone just a little bit, right? Trying to get a podcast going so I can then, put on my clothes, because I like to listen to stuff in the morning, and then I'll headbang so I can dry my hair, and that's actually legitimately how I dry my hair. But I then look at my phone, right? I go on YouTube. I think I was gonna watch the new Bad Friends or something like that, and or whatever it was, and then I look at my phone. I see, hey, Ultraviolence, this The Storm, I think is what it's called. It looks super, super homosexual in nature. And, the thumbnail just looks very, very homosexual, okay? And I open it up. I listen to it. It's the worst thing ever. I actually, I'm like, it's a sad day in thrash, boys. Okay, it's a sad day in thrash, and it's some metalcore, metalcore, deathcore thing. It's you went from thrash. You were going in a good direction with proggy thrash with Operation Misdirection. But it's not good, okay? I know you want to do your separate things, but I mean just form a separate side project for that. I don't want to hear some inspiring bullcrap with it's not good, okay? Not to my ears. It's a sad day in thrash. It's probably a great day in the world of metalcore and deathcore, or whatever they like to call garbage. But it's a sad day in thrash, boys, okay? And I even commented that, and I think I'm the highest comment on there. But unfortunately, they didn't want to reply to my comment. Okay? I mean, I respect them so much. Okay? But I'm just saying, why? Okay? It's not fun. It's not funny. If I were able to cry, I would have cried.
For trying to get to making a long podcast that's over an hour.
Yeah.
Without any preparation or having no knowledge of what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
This was so boring.
It was? I feel like we said a lot, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Our words are empty. Empty words. Like the death song.
I mean, I think we did a pretty good job of stringing this thing out, so...
Yeah.
Happy 13th episode.
Happy 13.
This is a very... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just want to tell our viewers, our viewers, that, we're going to celebrate random numbers, okay? It's not going to be our 50th episode that we celebrate. It's not going to be our 100th. It's not going to be our 200th. It's going to be like our 47th episode that we celebrate,
And if any of you aren't already just proud of the things that we've done and how far we've come,
bursting with excitement
in these unprecedented times.
We
are the first ones to ever come up with that idea. No one has ever tried to celebrate random numbers before. This is completely our idea. So
original thoughts.
No one. Original thoughts. Okay. There's one more thing that I want to tell you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we have time to
Wednesday. At work I started listening to the new YMH episode.
Yeah.
You know how they started with that guy sniffing girls' underwear?
Yeah. Erection achieved, dude.
Yeah. Erection fucking achieved. Well, right as they were going over that video, crazy Portugal lady got done with butchering the fish that she was...
I can't believe you heard that one. Make that 6. All right.
You've been counting?
Yeah.
Well, crazy Portugal lady got done butchering the fish that she was butchering, and she was throwing it in the trash. And right as I'm listening to the podcast, and this guy is just like, man, these just smell so horrible. It's awesome. Erection achieved. Crazy Portugal lady goes, oh, stinky, stinky.
Yeah.
In terms of the fish.
Yeah.
But, it happened right... It lined up exactly with the podcast, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was in the back of the kitchen just laughing so hard because she's all stinky, stinky.
That's really special, Grayson. I want you to know. I think... Man, I don't know. I still think... the funniest thing that I've ever... Actually, I don't think it's the funniest thing that I've ever heard, but I think it's definitely up there. Is the... I'm going to turn it around. We're going to start we're going to end where we started. I think one of the funniest things I've ever heard is how you went your whole life up until now at the age of 16 and a half, you have gone, that whole entire lifespan of, an American colonist, just thinking that you're uncircumcised. And you have told, I think, all of our friends that you're uncircumcised. I mean, what do you have to do?
At one point, I don't know. It's like completely turned my world around. Did you know? So when I was like fat and ugly, back when I was still fat, I'm still ugly. But back when I was fat, I was on the swim team, which is I was on the swim team for 4 years. All right, the 4 fattest years of my life, aka the only sport where it's mandatory that you don't wear a short. A shirt. And back then, all of my teammates were all of these skinny boys. All right, and you know how these idiot women. All of these idiot women's think that like guys who are like naturally skinny are ripped. They're like, oh my god, he has abs. No, he has organs. You're looking at his organs because he's too fucking skinny. They're like, oh my god, he has abs. Those were all of my teammates because they were all lean. We all had big chests because we were all on swim team and we're all fit. Well, if you've been to the YMCA and you've been into the showers, it's very open. And there's about 10 shower shower handles and like the things, the actual shower thing in a row. About 10 of them out in the open. No dividers or any of that. Before I hit puberty, back in like elementary school when I was on the swim team, we would all, undress, and we would
make that 7. I'm not too sure if you heard that. Continue.
No, I did not.
By the way, you're gonna have to post on. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to post on Twitter or Instagram that, hey guys, I'm sorry, but I actually am circumcised, just so you get out to the general mass public. I mean, because not all of our friends listen to this podcast.
People need to know.
Yeah, people need to know.
Yeah,
that you're a cut boy. You're a cute cut kid. All right. Continue.
We need to make that a song.
What, cute cut kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
CCC.
Yeah.
Or actually, if we spell it with 3 Ks,
Oh my god, cute cut kid. I like that a whole lot.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's real funny. All right, continue with your story and continue with your work.
So we would all undress and take showers together.
You could like a crack. Yeah,
shut the fuck up, Bert.
Jump on my Zulu tip, Grayson.
There's so much spit and grime on this pot filter.
You see how mine's clean? We would all undress. Actually, you can't see that, but it's clean. And much like my penis, but I'm just saying, we
would undress and we would shower together like completely naked, all right? And I remember one time, because back then we didn't even think about, we just found our dicks funny.
Give your balls a tug.
So we would just like flap them around. So I remember there was one time where like it was just me and this one other guy who were still in the locker room, because I would take like an hour to shower, all right? And back when I showered.
Hour to shower.
When I still showered.
Album name. Hour to shower.
Power to shower. Hour to shower. Yeah. So
it's a good one.
I would get soap. I would develop bubbles on my dick. All right. One time I got this huge bubble to form on my dick, and I'm not talking about like foreskin bubble, but I'm talking about actual like soap bubbles, and I showed it like to everyone. I remember we would flop our dicks around. Who knew? All of the times that I've looked at everyone's dick in person, I guess you could say I've seen more prepubescent. I guess you could say I've seen more prepubescent dicks than Jeffrey Epstein. But, like, in my lifetime, like, I've seen so many cocks, like, on the internet. But, like, in real life, I think the height of me seeing cocks was when I was, like, in 3rd grade. So, yeah. So, that's the story. Well, we officially made we got to our goal of over an hour and a half, and I'm tired. Can we take a break?
Yeah, man. I just want to say that, it's been a pleasure talking to you this long.
Unlike me, because I'm circumcised and I can't feel pleasure.
Ooh. So, I think I farted in total 8 times. I don't know.
No, I farted once.
I haven't eaten anything really today. I mean, that was like later on in the day. I only drank water. I mean, I had coffee this morning, but that was this morning, you know what I'm saying? And I pooped once or twice. So I have no idea why I'm this gassy. I'm usually never this gassy. But I've farted 8 times during this podcast. I mean, I think I'm the fart champ. Shall we?
By the way, before we go,
yeah.
So we're gonna record our next podcast, and I'm gonna go get my jacket. I got this mercury thermometer down here. It's currently 58 degrees down here. A little chilly. So I'm gonna go get a jacket. I had a good time. See you in the next episode.
I don't think, because we just recorded that all, I don't think I mean, we can do it like tomorrow night.
Dude, I made a whole presentation. Can we just do it real quick? It doesn't even have to be like a full episode. It can just be the presentation.
Okay. I'm just saying, right, let's make let's shoot for 20.
Like 10 minutes. Sure, yeah.
Okay. Cuz I just want to eat and then all right.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't eaten anything yet today either. Okay, bye. All right. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye. A happy 13th.
Happy 13th episode.
See, you don't know about it, so you're not ready for it. Well, me, I'm Sinistah Slayback, about to put him on the track. Band therapy, issues scaring me, acting like a killer bee, eating your poopery. See, you wanna be hot and Cherokee, hyperbole, sexuality, strive for so much, get rhinoplasty, thrive your soft touch, never get it back, crack, utter feedback of your plaque, that is your surgery, a paid fee, listen, he no longer wants beautiful, no more quality, appointee, you disappoint me, supposed to be a therapy session, but I can't ask my questions, due to aggression, to your depression, a facial expression, that is now regression, I know that this can constant break you, bourgeoisie, trying to make you pay paper, dictator, is not your creator, only a player, unholy they traitor, put some labor in and slip with the razor, vindicators trying to make you feel a laser, let's get back on track, I'm trying to say, Rick Skull is straight gay but I'll murder ya.